Hi, it's Linda from Linda's Paperworks, and I want to talk today about what we can do with cardboard boxes that we get in deliveries in. It's corrugated cardboard, which means that it has a layer in between the two outer layers that is wavy. Hi! I'm being silly. That makes it stronger. It gives it sturdiness for shipping and things. So probably all of us have gotten boxes like similar to these or bigger in the mail or shipped and delivered, and they stack up and we think, well, what are we going to do with these? So instead of just throwing them in the trash or trying to find a place to recycle them, we can recycle these in our junk journals. They make great embellishments and substrates for journal covers and other items. So stay tuned and we'll talk about what to do with a cardboard box. One of the things that you can do is very simple, is take the corrugated part, peel off the one layer of it, and ink it and use it to stamp on a page. And that's what I did on this page, just around here, very lightly, just to give it some dimension and some interest. This is also a tab that I made with a piece of the corrugated cardboard and stapled it on the edge of the page with a eyelet here, and I added this charm to it, and it's just on a jewelry lobster clip that it hangs from there. It can be taken off and put somewhere else if you want to do that later. This is in my sample book that I've been making. Another thing, I'm just going to bring these all over and you can just see these things as we go along. This is a tag that I put a topper on, made from a piece of corrugated cardboard. And what I did is I pulled one side of the outside paper off and exposed the corrugated part. And then I folded it in half over the top of the tag and stapled it on. And the staples show in the back. You could cover that up with a piece of lace or piece of paper, whatever. But it's kind of fun to see how it's constructed. And then I just put a stamped word here that says imagine with a little bit of lace underneath it. And this is I think that's Paper Studio flower, paper flower. It's a little rose that I glued on there to go along with these roses too. So that's one use, is a tag topper. These are just the corrugated part, and I put them in my sewing machine and ran a zigzag stitch down the length of it, and I tried to kind of curve it a little bit so it'd be a little more interesting. But what you need to do if you try this is to loosen the control for the presser foot to the lowest setting so it's not pressing the corrugated part out of your paper. You want that to remain. And you go slow and push it together as you put it under the presser foot, and you have the best result of having the corrugation continue. And this one, I deliberately curved it even more. And it would be cute to put like under a corner or over a corner. If you want to show I used gold thread on that, or at the top of a page or something like that. So that's another use for the corrugated cardboard. I'll put those up here. Then, this is a book plate that would go on the front of a journal. And I used some embossed scrapbook paper. And this is the corrugated cardboard with some of the paper torn off the edge so that the corrugation shows there. And then just some other pieces of paper. And I put Inspire, stamped that on a piece of paper, and also stamped the butterfly that I put there. So that would go on the front of a book. It's too big for this book, but you get the idea of on the front of a book somewhere. And you could adjust it whatever direction you wanted it to go. So that's the book plate. These are just little clusters, small clusters that could go on the edge of a page. You could stick it out and let it be a tab, or you could put it at the bottom of a page. But you could put it wherever you wanted to on a page, or if you had a pocket on the page, you could add it to that for embellishment. Same thing with this. It could go on the edge for a tab, or on a pocket for decoration if you had a pocket there. And so those are those small clusters, and then I have some larger clusters that would be better on a larger page than these are. And it's made with the corrugated cardboard, and I just glued on some fabric and some lace and a paper flower that has a pearl in it, and one of these little plastic cogs, and a postage stamp that I like the color that went with these other items on there. And that could decorate a page, corner of a page, bigger page than this, really. And this is a similar one. On this one, I put some spackle on it, the white back there, and I don't think I had it stirred up well enough. It wanted to flake off really badly. But anyway, you can do that to add some texture and color. And then I glued on fabric and a button, and this was the edge that came off of this ribbon is what that was. And I just took that edge and made a little ribbon to go into the button there. That's that same fabric. And this is the rest of, this was one, because it's like one ticket, and I tore it in half and used it on 2 different things. So those are all clusters for that. Another thing that you can make is use a whole piece of corrugated cardboard and make a book cover, a journal cover. And that's what I've done here. This is not glued down because what I'm going to do is cover this back with either fabric or paper and then pull this over the top of whatever I decide to put on there, just to have that flower there. So that's kind of hanging loose right now. On this one, I did some splatters of gold, and then I didn't think it was enough, so I did some more, and I may have overdone it, so who knows. It's quite gold on this edge. And then there's music paper. This is scrapbook paper that has music on it. Lace, various kinds of lace. That's more of the music page. This is another piece of the corrugated cardboard, and it has quite a bit of gold on it. And I put some beads on this lace, more ivory colored lace on the edge. And I think what I'm going to do is when I get this put together with the spine, I probably will attach this to the spine a little bit and trim this back. I think it's a little bit too long. But anyway, it's a work in progress right now. I'm going to make the back the same size and just use maybe some of the music sheet and a little bit of lace on the back. So it's decorated, but it's not overly done. So let's see, did I get them all? Cover, cluster base. These are cluster bases. That's a ruffle. Tabs. This is the tab here, which is kind of fun and rustic-like. Stamp lines. That was also the lines I stamped there. And your lines can be as big as you want them to be. If you cut a big piece of cardboard, you can ink that and stamp lines on a bigger piece of paper. Corrugated cardboard may be finer corrugation than this one is. This one is pretty far apart, but you can find some boxes that have a closer corrugation. I don't know how else to say that. And that would make a different texture on your paper. The ruffles, tag toppers, ruffles. I mean, this would even be pretty on the cover if I didn't have this lace down here, maybe something like that. And you can trim the threads back if you don't like them hanging loose. And a tag topper, and the book plate, and some pocket toppers. I mean, that could go any way you wanted to put it on your page, and it would be cute, I think. So anyway, that is some ideas for using corrugated cardboard. And I'm sure there's lots of other ideas, and I'd like to hear what they are. If you'd like to leave a comment below and share your ideas with us. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.